Yeah, it says it's recording now.
There we go. Cool. So adoption. So we'll move on. So move on to adoption of the agenda. If everybody's had a second to look over the agenda. Cool. Hearing seeing no objections, we'll go ahead and adopt the agenda. Approval of the minutes. We don't have any approval of the minutes yet. So we'll move on to chair's message. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first Caeb meeting of spring 2021. For the ones that don't know me, I am Mark Shepard, the president of Club City Events Board. I'm glad you guys could join. We got a lot of stuff that I want to incorporate this semester. We're going to be launching a platform called Blue Central, which I'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to be primarily focusing on a lot of student engagement. Virtual events is going to be my main point of focus, is student engagement, and possibly just preparing just in case if they decide to open back up, how can we create from transition back to on campus. So we'll be hopefully having some updates soon about if we're going to go back online or go back on campus next semester, which I can't wait because I know me and Naomi miss our office. And we definitely miss the CLD interacting with all the students. So with that, it's a quick chair message, and then I'll pass it on to Brett, advisor's message.
All right. Thank you. Happy Tuesday. Happy week number 2. It was going to be hard to do a meeting last week on the first day of school. So we decided to just wait a week, let everyone get settled. So I hope things are going well. This is your all's 3rd semester being remote, 4th if you want to count summer. So it's a little wild, but persevere. I hope we're almost through this, and I'll talk a second about what reopening may look like. But I think mostly for today, we're going to talk about kind of what a virtual club day can look like. So I'll leave that for the agenda item. Couple things that I think all student leaders should know, and Mark and Naomi, you'll hear this again Friday, so just a heads up. Enrollment from this time last year is down. It's down 4.5%, which actually I thought it was going to be worse, considering there's no a lot of athletic classes and welding and automotive and stuff like that. It's down 4.5%, but if you factor in the amount of units taken, so if you added up everyone's units at ARC, it's actually down 9% from last year. So we're finding that students are taking less classes. Perfectly understandable given the circumstances of everything going on. So I just thought student leaders should know about that. I was on a call, today's Tuesday, so last Thursday, with other advisors across the state. And this might be more for Mark than anyone, but club enrollment, club activity, participation is down across the state. So for you clubs that are on the call, if you feel like you're having a hard time getting your fellow students motivated to participate in meetings, just know that is going on across the state right now, right? And everyone knows people are stressed out, they work, they're providing for families. So, whatever we can do this semester, just consider it a blessing. And we're going to try to do this virtual club day, whatever that might look like. But just know if you're still having club meetings and you're still engaging with each other, then that's a positive. It's not like everything used to be, and who knows when that's going to be again. But I just wanted to give the clubs a shout out for sticking with it. So that's club days. We'll talk about club days, enrollment, state club levels. Other than that, I don't really have much. There was a meeting last Thursday about what campus can look like when we reopen, whenever that may be. There's a lot of things to factor in. I don't know about you all, but I would have a panic attack if I had to go to Davies Hall right now, like the way things used to be. I would not feel comfortable. So There's a lot of things to figure out in terms of what classes may look like, what the student center is going to look like. We don't know if Aramark's coming back or not. The rumor is that they're not, but that's not official. So I want to make that very clear. So there might be food trucks when we come back in August, September. So lots to figure out. The big thing is it's not like we're flipping a switch on and everything goes back to the way it was. It's going to look different. It's going to feel different, especially for fall. I can tell you right now, the district has a no hiring policy right now. There's a hiring freeze. So I've lost all three staff members from the CLD. So right now it's myself and the Sages that are holding down the CLD. The hub is the same way. So when we do come back, just people wise, we don't have enough people to even staff those departments. So it'll be wild. Buckle up. But I do want to end on a good note and wish you all best of luck this semester. Y'all persevering. Y'all are going to be so much mentally tougher than any generation ever, I think, because of all the stuff you all had to go through. So with that, I'll hand it back to Mark, and thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Brett. Yeah, it's gonna definitely be different, and kind of lightweight scared too. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so we'll move on to public comment. So this time is reserved for members of the public to address the clubs and events board on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed, with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allotted on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken, nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB clubs and events board may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact ASBK president for the item of discussion to be placed on a future agenda. At this time, do we have any public comment? Okay, hearing and seeing no public comment, we'll go ahead and move on to appointments and swearing in. We have none at this time. We'll go ahead and move on to unfinished business. We have none at this time. And we'll go ahead and move on to new business. Item 10.1, plans for spring 2021 semester. This time shall be reserved to discuss plans for spring 2021 semester. As Brett was briefly stating, and I was stating that we'll be launching Boot Central. Boot Central is a online engagement platform. What'll happen is clubs can create the way they described it was a channel, and we will host on certain days throughout the semester. We'll host virtual events. Our first one, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be in mid-February to kind of like the third week of February. I will send an email out to everybody that is on this email chain that I sent the agenda to, either today or tomorrow, with confirmed dates throughout the semester. And other plans is just mainly focusing on student engagement. So if anybody has any ideas or anything that they would like to see virtually happen, please reach out to myself or Brett or anybody that's one of the student leaders, so they can get it to my attention, and I can look into it and see if it could be executed. Brett, do you have anything you want to add for any type of other future plans that I might have forgot about?
It's really what the board and the clubs want to do. Oh, I see Athena's hands up. Maybe they
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So I never received an agenda. I'm only receiving the emails from Brett and Mario.
So you didn't receive an email with the agenda and the Zoom link?
The Zoom link, yeah, but there's no agenda on it.
Oh, okay.
Can you see the agenda I posted on the chat?
Let me see.
All it says is today's agenda.
Oh, okay.
I'll yeah, I was gonna say, Athena, if you can make sure you put your email address in the chat box right here, and I'll go ahead and copy paste it and make sure I add you and have you added onto an email thread, as well as the agendas are posted on IG if you're on Instagram, and ASB website, which I did not post it there. So Naomi, I'm gonna have to talk to you after the meeting because I'm having a problem logging in for some reason. So, but yeah, go ahead, Brett.
What was this? Oh, yes. So whether it's the virtual club day, I know we have a new president who really wants to have some sort of activities. I know like in November, December, we had our yoga and our kind of like exercise kind of Instagram sessions, and we actually had a nice little turnout on there. So if that's something you all want to do too, we can kind of arrange that and go from there. But some other event that like any student on ARC or staff or whoever can pop in, and so whether that's a guest speaker, whatever. So yeah, that's all I have.
All right, awesome. Yeah, Athena, I was just looking in my email, and yeah, it did send it out, but somehow all you got is the link from Mario. Huh. All right, so I'll add you on. I'll make sure that you are in the email thread, so that way you can stay up to date with the agendas and any other meetings and stuff that we host.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anybody have any other ideas, suggestions, thoughts, or anything like that for possibly plans for spring 2021? No? Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on to item 10.2, which is Booth Central. This time shall be reserved to discuss and potentially take action on amending more funds from a previous Caeb agenda 11/24/2020 from an old amount of $1,000 to a new amount of $1,500 for Booth Central. $1,500 for Booth Central, excuse me. Brett, so do we need to do a roll call vote, or how do we amend it if?
You got to make a motion.
Okay. So I move to amend.
Hold on, Mark. I can't be
What?
you. You're the chair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can you, sorry, Chair?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you repeat that again? I'm a little bit, what are we trying to do right now?
So Booth Central, so we allocated $1,000 on 11/24/2020, one of the last Caeb meetings. Booth Central is going to end up costing roughly $1,300.
Okay,
So we need to amend.
from 1,000 to 13
to 1,500.
to 1,500. Okay, Chair, I move to amend the amount on the bill from $1,000 to $1,500. It needs,
Second.
So we need one of the clubs to second it.
awesome, okay. Thanks, Athena.
So it's been moved and seconded. So now you can discuss it.
So anybody can discuss it?
It tends to start with a person.
Technically Naomi, yeah. Naomi, yeah.
Okay, so we're still working on a day, right? That that hasn't been formalized. Yeah. Sorry, that's a question.
We received. Yeah. No, we received an invoice, and we gave them dates. One date for February, one date for March and April. I can send you the invoice as well. I'm not sure if I did. I think I did attach you to the email. Do you remember seeing an invoice about Booth Central?
I will scour my emails. I'm sure I saw it and it has become buried, but yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah, Athena has to go back to work. That's fine. I'll send you the notes. Yes. So yeah, I'll have to send you that. But that's what item 10.2 is. We just need to amend the $1,000 to 1,500. in order for us to launch and pay for the Booth Central and student engagement thing. Aisha was going to do it, but Aisha is, like I said, was unable to join this meeting because she was going to make the motion and stuff like that. So sorry for putting you on the spot, Naomi.
And Mark, just real quick,
Yeah.
for the clubs that don't really know what Boost Central is, or for the public here, Zoom was just going to be too difficult to manage. You needed like a full-time operator, because every student that came to the meeting, we'd have to ask them like, hey, what clubs do you want to see? And then we'd have to manually put them in a room. So the Boost Central, they can do it themselves. And that's the perk. So like each club has a booth, right? And if you want to go to NASU or the engineering club or whatever marketing club, you just hop right into that. You'll see it, if I'm not mistaken, right, Mark?
Yes, correct. It'll actually be like a whole page, and you'll actually see the different clubs that are joined. And then you're correct that they could just go, oh, I want to go see what engineering is talking about. They can actually click in on that booth, channel right then and there. And another thing about Boost Central is like how, Brett, you were just stating that you'd have to have a whole entire team of operators, and that's what we pay Boost Central for. They have a team that actually is on standby that day of the event, and if anything technical happens, they're there to address any issues, fix any issues, help, direct students to clubs or to the channels and stuff. So that was another perk. Is why we went with Boost Central. So we need to move on to a roll call vote.
Mm-hmm.
And Athena just left, so how's that going to work?
You still have Naomi and Sylvia.
Okay.
And you can be a tiebreaker if need be.
All right. You want to do a roll call vote then, please, Brett?
Sure. So just to clarify, you're voting to extend it from 1,000 that you already allotted to 1,500.
Correct.
So a yay or yes is in favor, a no or nay is against. Let's see, Senate Rep Naomi?
Yes.
All right. And Engineering Club? Sylvia? Going once, going twice. Okay. I'll just put vacant for now. So by a vote of 1-0 and 1 abstain, the motion passed.
Awesome. So do we need to create a new bill, or do we, just create a new bill and submit that in? Okay.
Just take out 1,000, put 1,500, you're good to go.
All right, cool. And then I'll get you, you have the agenda. Okay. So I will create a new bill with it passing. I'll create a new bill and get that sent over to you as soon as possible. So that way we can go ahead and get a payment from BSO to them. So that way we can get this launched and going.
Sure. Real quick, something to think about. We might need to do a training with the clubs on what it's going to look like on their end, right?
I was talking to Mario about that, and we were thinking about creating some type of like a PowerPoint, just to kind of show. Actually, Booth Central actually has marketing materials for us. As soon as we pay them the annual thing, they'll go ahead and release. I do have access right now, temporary access right now to basically look at the marketing tools. So I'll go ahead and forward that out to Naomi, you and Mario. So Booth Central did give me temporary access to the promoter tool. So that way it'll show step-by-step written video and audio. So it covers all three on how the club will make their own channel. It's free to the clubs. That's what Caeb is paying for it. So it's not like the club has to come out of pocket. So we need to make sure that we let the clubs know that it's not like they have to pay for anything. Caeb is paying for it. So I'll definitely make sure we add that into the email. But I'll have it sent out within by today or tomorrow. All right, so moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is committee reports. This time is reserved for committee chairs to provide the board with a brief report on current standings of active committees. Since we don't have any committees, because it restart, Brett, does it correct? Does it restart because of the spring semester as far as committees?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Well, we'll have to come back to that as far as club day committee, because like I said, Aisha is no longer part of Caeb, I guess. So we'll have to come back and restructure the committees. So we'll move on to board member reports and announcements. Time is reserved for board members to inform the board about relevant campus-wide events and to report any pertaining committee progress activities. A time of 3 minutes per report shall be observed. Is there any announcements or board member reports anybody would like to let us know about what's going on with their club? What's going on with Student Senate or anything like that?
I would.
Good.
So Student Senate will be meeting this Friday for the first time this semester, so we're looking forward to that. The agenda's posted and everything. There was one thing I had meant to say before. I think it was like the first agenda item when you were talking about like event ideas potentially. And okay, so I've been kind of like obsessively watching the show Community, which is kind of like cliche, community college student watching Community, but whatever, we'll skip that part. And I really love it, but they have this like big pillow fort and blanket fort thing is one of the episodes for those who are familiar with it. And my sister's college, they just did their own like virtual blanket fort competition online. And I thought it was such a cute idea. And I was thinking if we could do something like that here, that would be so awesome. I know our demographic is a little bit different. So, I wonder about the enthusiasm, but I would love it if we did that, if we could have some kind of blanket pillow fort, that thing, like a blanket fort competition. And I would really love that. And I would think we should look into that.
Yeah. Let's talk further about that. I like that.
And when we come back on campus, you can do the paintball war.
Oh yeah, that'll go real well.
That's in the show.
Paintball.
I don't think we can really do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I know we can't.
I was gonna say I don't know, Brad. That would be that'd be
just
fun.
destroy the entire campus.
All right. Is there any other reports or announcements that anybody would like to let us know from any clubs? Okay, hearing none, seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to public comments. Second public comment. So this time is reserved for members of the public to address the clubs and events board on issues not already appearing on the agenda. A limit of 2 minutes per speaker shall be observed with a maximum of 4 minutes per topic. No discussion is allowed on public comment. The law does not permit any action to be taken nor extended discussion of any items not on the agenda. The ASB Clubs and Events Board may briefly respond to statements made for questions posed. However, for further information, please contact ASBK President for the item of discussion to be placed on future agenda. Is there any public comment? Nope. Hearing none, seeing none, we will move on to everybody's favorite part of a meeting, adjournment. Hearing none, seeing no objections, we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 11:04. And that's when we all go, yay.